We learned about the, 0% progress. We learned about the incredible cult. I just want to make sure we still have that detail. Third Eye Flyer, yes, okay. I want something else to make the village weird, baby.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Have you seen this before?
Don't take any notice of that.
Why?
James Wilson is a fantasist.
Excuse me,
He
where's my
spends his time
subtitles?
pretending to cast spells in the woods. He's not exactly a stable person. And, I heard that he was involved with growing cannabis.
Really?
Whoa.
Don't quote me on that.
So you don't think there's any truth at all to this?
None at all.
Growing cannabis. But
Thank you. Probably be back later.
James said he didn't grow any other illegal plants. Well, well, well. It appears we've got ourselves a contradiction. I did turn subtitles on, didn't I? Look at it right there. Problem solved.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
You can't use other people's words for contradictions. Doesn't grow any other drugs, but also... Okay, fair enough. Alright, see you later, James.
Thank
False
you.
alarm. There's no proof she's telling the truth? Well, we went to the greenhouse, and we got, the devil's lettuce. I think we gotta go see Simon. Okay, leave the greenhouse, fair enough. What if we scry, and then we found the devil's lettuce? She said, don't quote me on that, and you immediately proceeded to quote her on that. Don't quote me on that is like exactly the same as saying that something's off the record. It's like, as the police officer or journalist, I get to friggin' decide whether it's off the record or on the record.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Have you seen this?
Yeah. It was all over college last year. James made it. Idiot.
So you don't agree with what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree with anything James says. He's absolutely crazy. He thinks that the government has been controlled by aliens, that we're all bugged. He's nuts.
Well, how do you reconcile that with your boyfriend
Be
making
back
his
later
own
on, if
beer?
that's okay. Have you seen this before?
Oh, is this the thing that James did? Yeah, I've heard of it.
What do you know about all this? A third eye, I think they were called?
I don't really know anything about it. I mean, I've heard about Liam's death, but all I know about Three Eyes or whatever is on this flyer.
So you hadn't heard about third eye?
No, sorry.
I think he's telling the truth. I don't know, you know what?
Okay, that's it for
I
now.
don't think we have
Thank you.
contradiction access yet. I think we have to go speak to Atlas, aka Ryan, aka the thirstiest man on the world. On the world? Sorry, my brain's a little broken. Try the lounge door.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. What can you tell me about Liam?
Oh, Liam. You mean the boy who committed very unfortunate, isn't it?
Did you know him?
Oh, yes. Well, I say know him. I met him in the pub. Seemed very happy sort of person. Well, I say he seemed happy. You can't have been, can he?
It's how many words can you say without saying anything of any meaning at all?
What do you know about this?
Not much.
So you've never seen this before? You don't know anything about Third Eye?
Well, I don't remember seeing it now.
You don't recognize any of the symbols on it?
No, sorry.
Oh, too many blinks. He's blink happy. He doesn't remember seeing the flyer, and yet... poster was designed by an agency. The symbol on the mask. Genius. Genius. He doesn't recognize any of the symbols, and yet on the cardboard mask, it says the symbol's not used in the course. I mean, he recognized, don't even start with me, Chad.
Aha. Ryan, you've just told me all about the moon symbols on the mask, then you're claiming you don't know anything about the symbols on the flyer.
That was 2 hours ago.
Oh, actually, yes. Sorry, yes, yes, I do remember.
I'm always forgetting the things I
What
remember.
did you know about Third Eye?
Oh, not much, really. Never came into contact with them.
He's blinking. He's blinking again.
That explanation was way too short. Ryan's definitely hiding something.
He's hiding his boner. He drank. That's his tell. It's like Teddy KGB with his Oreos. Okay, so he's I've never seen him before in my life. Never came into contact with them. Pay him. Pay that man his miani. No, I'm looking for an end yet, chat, but I don't know it. And I don't know who we can still speak to. We could go take
Thank
a little...
you. Probably be back later.
a walk in the woods or something like that. You haven't shown James the symbol? I thought we were tapped out on James. Take a little walk. Yeah, James gave us the flyer. There's no use for the black mirror here. Liam tripped and fell on his own gardening shears? A likely story. Oh, here we go. I knew it.
Mind not defacing public.
It's a
properties.
tree.
What's it to you?
Well,
It's
I'm
Jack
a policeman.
Ryan.
And that's supposed to make what difference exactly?
It means that you do exactly
That's
what
assault?
I tell you to do.
Or what? Or you arrest me?
No,
Is
I'll
this
give you a
Topher
fine this
Grace?
So, if I do something that you don't like, I have to give you some money. What happens if you do something that I don't like?
Is this
You're
stripping?
gonna give me some money?
time. Look, I do not have time to discuss it at the moment. Could you just go?
Oh.
Pathetic.
Where's my money, Denny? It's an incredible carving.
What a prize brat.
Yeah, rock on,
Carve
brother.
That into a tree. Well, he's a
Absolutely.
diehard rock fan, or there's more to that symbol than meets the eye.
Quite. Try using the flyer on the tree. We can cover up the British graffiti. Hell yeah, dude. One in the pink, one in the stink, and one holding my drink. Alright, now we'll go here and we'll talk to this guy again. Or maybe James. Maybe James is our, he's our tell. He knows everything about all these symbols.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
If I did this...
Excuse me,
would
Jenks.
that mean anything to you?
It's a devil's sign, isn't it? Is that what you're getting at, Inspector?
This is not something you use on the
Of course,
course.
it's not something we use on the course.
Only on the
Inspector.
golf
I don't
course.
even know what that could possibly
When I hit a
mean,
freaking
exactly.
birdie. I mean, how could you think this and this simultaneously?
Thank
Okay,
you.
fair enough.
Probably be back later.
You're liable to get your ass beat. just flashing symbols around town like that. And yet, here we are.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
I like how he had to use his other hand to pose his
It's
fingers.
Okay. Thanks. That's all for the moment. Thank you. If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Who did you see doing that?
Someone in the woods, carving it into a tree.
That was Kyle. It's a guy from the course. He's an idiot.
And where does he live?
I can't remember. Somewhere outside the village?
Well, I guess he's
The
not a
three
suspect
fingers
then.
thing is something the students started doing. It's something from the course. The three freedoms.
The what?
The three freedoms? It's from the course. It's a phrase.
Free to be free.
Free yourself from the things that are holding you back, right? Things that stop you being successful.
What are they?
There's fear of failure, guilt, and doubting, a self-doubt.
You believe that?
Yeah. Guilt ruins lives. It stops you looking forward. It serves no.
It's like he remembered
practical
that he's an
purpose.
actor.
It's basically destructive.
Right. Free to be free. Not the most original slogan, but I wonder how far this freedom goes.
Okay.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
See you in 5 minutes, Simon. We're going to go back to Ryan at Atlas, and we're going to be like, what's up with this freedom phrase? And also, you told me you'd never seen that symbol before, and yet Simon's over here singing like a canary, telling me you use it all the time.
Ask about a few more things, please. Can you tell me a bit about the phrase free to be free?
Free to be free, my favorite motto. Well, we teach
I hate the
our
way this guy
students that
breathes.
People, well, they suffer from excessive guilt, don't they? Excessive self-criticism, excessive doubt. Evils of excess, we call them. And we tell our students that if they rid themselves of these evils, then they're free to realize their full potential.
Free
Who came up with all this?
to do what they want.
I have a background in psychology.
Any old. This is Rob. Whenever we talk about anything on the show, I have a background in psychology.
In here.
When did you come up with the phrase?
When we were based at the village hall. When I say we, I came up with the phrase. Dad's more the money man.
And very successful at it too, I hear.
Oh, he's successful, but he's not a creative man. Dad suffers from a lack of imagination.
Quite indubitably. So, hey, buddy, you invented the friggin' phrase, and yet you don't even know what the symbol could be freaking used for? Doesn't make any damn sense. You think it's a devil sign, and yet you invented the phrase? Come on, buddy. You invented the phrase at the village hall, and yet you don't know how the symbols could be used? Come on, buddy. You think the fingers are a devil sign, and yet you invented the phrase at the village hall. You need to connect the fingers to the phrase. Yeah, and yet Simon has homebrew. You gotta link the hand to the phrase.
Thank you. Probably be
Bottoms
back
up
later.
and the devil laughs. Hell yeah, brother. Rob, did the Jets win today? Or here's a better question. Who did they lose to? I don't know. They didn't play yet? So they lost.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
She's like, man, I got work to do.
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Why is it meant to mean something?
No, it's okay. Ever heard the phrase free to be free?
Do you mean the Atlas thing? Yes, I have.
Know what it means?
It means being free of guilt.
What do you think about that?
You mean, do I think it's a bad thing?
Do you? I mean, surely if you have done something wrong.
Oh, but that's the point, Inspector. Most people spend their time feeling guilty over nothing, and that's not a good thing.
It's a valid point. Believes people can get hung up on guilt.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Kind of want to ring the bell again just to be a jerk. Paul and Ryan Rand, right here. We've never been. Well, no, we've been behind the house, but never inside. Man, the cinematography in this. Robert, the scene transitions are incredible. Look at this. It's like being in an Indiana Jones movie. You know, dun 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 dun. Yeah, there's just no red travel line, but apart from that, it's pretty good.
A few more questions, please.
All right, James.
If I did that, would it mean anything to you?
Now he's looking at us.
Yeah. It's a Satanism symbol. Satanists use it.
Have you ever seen anyone using it?
Lots of people. Politicians, presidents, CEOs.
Have you ever seen anyone local using it?
Not that I remember.
Ever hear the phrase free to be free? Heard anyone use that?
Nah. What is it, a song?
It's by George Michael, I told
I
you.
don't think so. Doesn't matter.
All right, dude, I don't know. I'm freaking stumped for the moment.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I would love to get stoned with James. Not till October, man. Seems like the kind of guy that orders like a bag of hamburgers for lunch. Go to the village hall. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll be going to the village hall. I haven't been allowed to go to the village hall yet. It does not. Oh, wait. Maybe I am? Hold on. Hold on. Just give me. So you go return to Woods Lane, and then go ahead to North Road, and then go right along the path to the village hall. Can't go in. Can't go into the village hall. It's closed. It's not peak hours. So I'm thinking, go to the restaurant. Closed. Did we ask Emma? Perhaps not.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Ah, we didn't ask her.
Do you know the phrase free to be free?
Yeah. It's an Atlas thing.
You wouldn't
I first
understand.
heard it when I went with Simon.
What did they say about it?
They said that you shouldn't feel guilty if you do something wrong. I don't agree with that.
No?
No. No, I think you should feel guilty if you do something wrong.
What did Simon think?
I don't know, but I don't think he agreed with that either.
That's
Well,
all for the moment. Thank you.
That doesn't seem that helpful.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
You're right. Simon did say that he... guilt destroys people's lives. Crikey. Call the chief. That's resin. Still gotta check the right door. Ooh! It's freaking, it's Kyle.
Would you start a session? Do you mind?
I'm terribly sorry. I'll leave you in peace. A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Hand symbol. Doesn't know what the symbol could be used for, and yet... Symbol... Just... Alright, let's think. Let's think. Freedom phrase with hand symbol? Yeah, but like, in what capacity? Doesn't know how the symbol could be used. Background in psychology. Of course he knows how it can be used. He's got a bachelor's degree in psychology. He knows everything. Phrase about. Doesn't know. Afraid to tell you that is incorrect. Ah! Hadn't suspected that Kate had any emotional problems, and yet you had a background in psychology? Everybody knows when you get a bachelor's degree in psychology, you're basically a therapist. Use the scrying mirror? Ooh. You used to read about black magic, and yet you don't know how the symbols could be used? Come on. You know, I'm something of a scryer myself. You don't believe in anything supernatural, and yet you think the fingers are a devil sign? Try the screwdriver. Good point. It isn't worth asking him. Even the cops are in on it. They won't let me talk to him. Simon's homebrew. Haven't tried it, and yet... Invented at Village Hall, yet contact with Third Eye. Yo, you've saved me.
According to the flyer, this Third Eye group was based at the Village Hall, is that right?
Was it?
And that's where you were based, wasn't it?
Oh, he's
yeah,
antsy.
You said you invented the Atlas
We got him
phrase,
cornered.
Free to be free, while
Get him,
you were
Dad.
based at the Village Hall.
So I did.
So you must have come into contact with Third Eye at some point. You were using the same hall.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with you, Inspector.
Go on.
You see, Third Eye is, or was, Atlas under a different name. Sorry.
Atlas is Third Eye.
In a new improved form, yes.
And you ran Third Eye.
With Dad, yes.
So you must have known Liam. You didn't just meet him, did you?
Yes, I knew him, Inspector, but don't get your hopes up. All of this has been thoroughly investigated.
Oh, he's got his drink armor back
You've
up.
been investigated about his death.
We gotta find his
They dropped the
vulnerability.
case. We didn't have anything to do with it. Well, when I say drop the case, I mean a police investigation is one thing, but what the public thinks is another. They threatened to go public, and then James bloody Wilson started distributing his flyers, and that was it. No choice. It was an end to it.
You had to change the name.
We'd already paid the family an out-of-court settlement. Thought that was an end to it. But then James, his cronies, they leave it alone. So we had to close down. Buy a new place.
James
Rebrand.
is so powerful.
So eventually, we reopened here.
As Atlas.
As Atlas.
And it worked.
Up till now, yes.
So you knew James Wilson too?
We knew James, but he didn't know us as such. Oh, he was very quick to shoot us down, but he didn't do anything like actually coming to the course to see what he was about.
So James wouldn't know that you were now running Atlas.
Not unless he came to one of our courses.
And how much of all that stuff was true? ECT machines, brainwashing.
I'm afraid that exists only exclusively in the mind of Mr. Wilson. All we do is make better business people. We challenge their prejudices and presumptions. Why don't you come along and see for yourself? The course starts in 15 minutes.
Is he Captain Jack Sparrow?
Excuse me, Inspector. Hello. I can't come back now. Well, you have my car at the moment. All right. All right. See you later.
Love you too.
That was Dad. I have to go back. You can come and meet him if you like.
Well, I might come and have a chat.
Come with me.